Maayong gabi kaninyong tanan. Maayong gabi usab sa akong mga kubanang pari MSC nga miduyog kanako karon sa pagsaulog nining pinakaimportante nga bahin sa akong kinabuhi. 40 years ago today, I was ordained as a priest for the service of God's people. I have experienced guidance of God, His love and His protection, His strength throughout these 40 years. And I am very confident nga iyang ipadayon kining maong pag-agak, pagtultul, paggiya, pagtabang, pagpanalipod kanako in the years to come. What I feel most profound at this time is a sense of gratitude. Gratitude, obviously, to God, to my family, to my confreres, my MSC community, to my relatives and friends. God indeed have a profound sense of humor. How else could you explain God's choosing me? In addition, I feel my profound gratitude to you who are here joining me in this celebration. Reflecting on 40 years of priesthood, 40 is a number of biblical significance. Jesus spent 40 years in the desert, and 40 years of the people Israel wandered in the desert. In sacred scripture, the number 40 signifies new life, bagong kinabuhi, new growth, transformations, a change from one great task to another great task. I can say that 40 years of priesthood have passed by very quickly. I was ordained October 19 at 3 p.m. 1982. On this very spot, I lay down there. I think I can also say that a happy priesthood is like a happy marriage. There are ups and downs, but mostly there is always happiness in living this vocation. I wonder if you would also offer to our priest, the concelebrants, your warmest congratulations, not only myself. They have been through always in every year of struggle of becoming a good priest. These 40 years, para nako, have been wonderful to me. I love every parish I have ever served. I remember during ordination day, I lay prostrated in this altar with my father on his stretcher, proudly watching me being ordained. He was suffering with intestinal cancer, and he could sense that he could not live longer. So he asked a favor, if it is possible, to be ordained earlier than December of 1982. It was indeed a very emotional and heartbreaking moment. Right after ordination, 3 days after, my father passed away. For me, it was a moment of grief and sadness, a mixture of happiness and sorrow, a mixture of life and death. After the burial of my father, I was assigned immediately to my first parish assignment, being an assistant to Father Martin Winips in San Jose, Nueva Ecija, for a year. I was still grieving when I took my parish duties. Nagmasulubon pa ko. As a newly ordained priest, everything else is new to me. From the difficulty of saying Tagalog masses, performing sacraments, and to relating with people. Those early years formed me for all that would follow. I also served in a series of parishes, 5 years in the Cathedral of Surigao City, with Father Nick Gran as my parish priest, 1 year here in Virgen de la Regla, 17 years in Camotes, except Tudela, almost 8 years in Cordoba, 6 years in Mainit, 1 year in Bilang-Bilang, Surigao City, 6 months in Marigondon with Father Lokinga as my parish priest, plus 2 years again in Camotes. That makes 19 years working in the island parishes. Almost 1/2 of my entire ministry was in Camotes Island. And at present, I am back in Cordoba for 2 years with Father Ramil Baluran as my parish priest. Every time I go for a new assignment, akong bation ang excitement and enthusiasm. Every time I leave the place, it was really very hard on my part. I face new challenges as I move from place to place. But even then, I have felt the support of our people and our priest when dealing with difficult situations. Overall, it has been such a joy to serve the Church of God and His people. Were there surprises in my priesthood? Yes. Daghang kay kog sorpresa sa akong kinabuhi isip pare. And the most obvious ones being that I spend most of my priesthood doing that I never expect that I should do. These doings are mostly related to human weakness. I remember the words of St. Paul to the Romans, chapter 7:16, when he said, "What I do not understand, for I do not do what I want, but I do what I hate. For I do not do the good I want, but I do the evil I do not want." I quote. End of quote. So I struggle to continue to live and do my ministerial work. I pray to God for His guidance and strength, and to Our Lady of the Sacred Heart for encouragement and protection, humbly asking for the graces needed to persevere in this calling. With a grateful heart, I thanking God for the gift of priestly vocation, though I am not worthy of this. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you so much for coming here, especially to my family, to my converts, to the sisters, and to all my friends, my parishioners, and to all of you who are very dear to me. Continue praying for priestly vocations. Thank you.